discussing about dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Dementia is a neurological disorder resulting in the loss of brain function that occurs with certain diseases. Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia and accounts for 60 to 70% of dementia cases. It's the nerve cell death and tissue loss throughout the brain. Over time, the brain shrinks, affecting nearly all its functions. The brain consists of three main parts: the cerebrum, which fills out most of your skull and is involved in remembering, problem-solving, thinking, and control of movement. The cerebellum, which sits at the back of your head, controls coordination and balance. Lastly, the brainstem sits beneath your cerebrum, in front of your cerebellum, and connects the brain to the spinal cord to control automatic functions such as breathing and heart rate. In the brain, the cortex, which is the outer layer of the cerebrum, shrivels up, damaging areas involved in thinking, planning, and remembering. Shrinkage is especially severe in the hippocampus, an area which plays a key role in formation of new memories. Although scientists have not found the exact cause of Alzheimer's disease, but two abnormal structures called plaques and tangles are prime suspects in damaging and killing nerve cells. Plaques are clumps of protein called beta amyloid which damage and destroy brain cells in several ways, including interfering with cell-to-cell communication. Tangles are twisted fibers of protein called tau. Tau uses their long extensions to carry nutrients and other essential materials to the brain cells. However, when they twist to form abnormal tangles, it leads to failure of the transfer of nutrients to brain cells, resulting in death of brain cells.
Alzheimer's patients live an average of 8 years, but some may survive up to 20 years. In the earlier stages, before symptoms can be detected, plaques and tangles begin to form in brain areas involved in learning, memory, thinking, and planning. In mild to moderate stages, these brain regions develop more plaques and tangles than earlier stages. Individuals begin to develop problems with memory or thinking. This can range from being unable to perform simple daily tasks to not remembering names of people they know. They may also have trouble expressing and organizing their thoughts. Personality change could also be detected. Many people with Alzheimer's are first diagnosed in this stage. In advanced Alzheimer's disease, most of the cortex is seriously damaged and brain shrinks. Individuals lose their ability to respond to the environment, such as communicating, and cannot recognize their family. Eventually, they lose the ability to control their movements and are unable to care for themselves. Advancing age is the greatest known risk factor. The likelihood of developing Alzheimer's doubles about every 5 years after age 65. Another strong risk factor is family history. Those who have a family member with Alzheimer's are more likely to develop the disease. Cardiovascular disease is also a risk factor. To lower the risk, watch out for blood pressure, cholesterol level, and weight, as well as going for regular medical checkups so it can be diagnosed earlier and condition can be monitored. Sadly, there are no cures or treatments to reverse the hot progression. Healthcare providers may use other medicines to help manage symptoms, including depression, sleeplessness, and behavioral problems. Research for the cure is still ongoing and making progress, based on information provided by NBC News, where an Alzheimer's drug shows potential in slowing cognitive decline.
Now we will have a call-in session from the public to find out their understanding about Alzheimer's disease. Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us what you know about Alzheimer's disease.
I'm Colette, and I think that Alzheimer's disease only affects old people and make them lose their memories and ability to perform daily tasks. Eventually, they can't speak and lose control of their movements.
Alright, thank you very much. What you have said is very true, but Alzheimer's does not only affect old people. Instead, there are people as young as 30 years old that have developed Alzheimer's disease. According to NBC News, dementia's youngest victim defies stereotypes. About 200,000 Americans under 65 have Alzheimer's disease. Typically, those that acquire the disease at such a young age have family members that suffer from the disease. Hello, what's your name? Do you know anything about Alzheimer's and dementia?
Hi, I'm Lily. Dementia and the Alzheimer's disease are the same thing and has the same symptoms of memory loss.
I'm sorry to say that Alzheimer's disease and dementia are not the same. Dementia includes a group of symptoms, the most prominent of which is memory difficulty. Dementia means that something is wrong with the brain but does not provide information about the cause. There are different causes of dementia, with Alzheimer's being the main one. In a nutshell, dementia is a symptom and Alzheimer's disease is the cause of the symptom. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you think happens to Alzheimer patients as their disease progresses.
Hi, I'm Cecilia. I've heard that all patients become very violent and aggressive. They can start abusing loved ones to the extent they need to be sent to the hospital psych ward.
Thank you for your response, but not all people with Alzheimer's become agitated, violent, and aggressive. According to CNN News, only 5 to 10% of Alzheimer's patients exhibit signs of extreme violence like abuse. The disease affects each person differently, and although in most cases results in changes in personality, it does not always mean the patients become aggressive. Most often, symptoms such as these are the result of increased confusion and fear due to changes in the brain, as well as frustration from a decline in a person's ability to process information and communicate their needs verbally. This is the end of our documentary.